Welcome back to AJ Kitchen Paper. I'm Asad, this is Oats. Today it's yakitori.
Let's go!
So let's start up by chopping up a leek. Want to chop this into about 2cm slices. Do your best to make sure everybody's nice and even, because these guys are going to be going on skewers. You want to just use the white bits and as thick a bit of the green that you can find. Now then pop those off to the side, because it's time for chicken. So grab one beautiful looking chicken thigh and then brutally rip off its skin using your bare hands. And then what you couldn't get with your hand, grab in with a knife and just take off any extra fat. And now that you've gotten everything nice and clean, you can chop him into bite-sized pieces. Admittedly, a lot of these will be a little bit bigger than bite-sized pieces because they'll be going on a skewer later. Now then, once you've got everybody nice and chopped up there, we're going to quickly pop them off to the side, and then this is going to throw a spanner in the works, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to grab our second chicken and do the exact same thing. Rip it up with your bare hands, take off any extra fat, and then chop it up into strips. Now let's season these boys, so sprinkle on some salt and then a bit of cracker pepper, excellent. And then for whatever reason, patting the chicken with a gloved hand rather than massaging it in, chop it up a little bit further into those promised bite-sized pieces, and then onto your wooden swords, also known as skewers, slide on your chicken meat, and then alternate that with a leek. You can tell that we only get the freshest memes on this channel. Now then, repeat this action for the next 10 minutes. This will be the most interesting 10 minutes of your life, stabbing chicken and leeks onto sticks. And if you do run out of leeks because you only cut up one leek, feel free to just make one out of pure chicken because you're a monster. This is you, bruh. Anyway, jokes aside, you can do whatever you like. Now, I'm not joking, some other very popular things to stab on a stick and roast them are livers, hearts, and intestines. So enjoy that maybe. And not so strangely, pork belly, shiitake mushrooms, these tiny little peppers, and a whole bunch of other veggies are real good. Alrighty, risky lads, over to the flame, let's go. What amazing flame effect. Thank you. Now back to that sweet cooking content. Into a ripping hot pan, add in your skewers and roast away, lads. After a couple of minutes on that side, flip them over once you get the chance to reveal beautifully crispy chickeny boys. And then just continue to flip and cook and flip until they're all nice and crispy brown. Now let me just impart some crispy chicken wisdom onto you all. How to make it nice and crispy. You want to get some kitchen paper and then just blot out some of that extra oil that's coming out of the chicken. This will get them nice and crispy. Now once you get them crispy brown boys on there, add in about 5 tablespoons of cooking sake, and we're going to pop the lid on and just simmer them off. Then because you're an alcoholic, pour yourself a drink while you're waiting for the next 5 minutes. And lid off. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, once we have done cooking our chicken, we're going to quickly make our sauce as well in the pan with it. So 5 tablespoons of mirin, along with 5 tablespoons of soy sauce. All of this will eventually combine to make a poor man's teriyaki sauce. And by poor man's teriyaki sauce, I just mean a regular sauce. Get it all nice and bubbly to reduce it down to its sticky essence. You want it to be as sticky as a 3-year-old who just got a bag of lollies and doesn't know where his face is. This one's already had way too much.
Feed me more!
Strange analogies aside, basically you just want to reduce it down. And then once you got that, you can take it off the heat. Time to plate up these bad boys. So, on a small plate, stack up your chicken boys. For extra points and proving that you were once a waitress somewhere, you can choose to heat up that very small plate. And because I'll be damned that if I spent even just 5 minutes on a sauce, I am going to drizzle it everywhere. And also because you could pretty much just have this sauce on rice and have the best experience ever. Now do a quick cleanup because again, it is very sticky. And it's time for them to wait their turn because we're going to use a special grill that we bought at the, I suppose, Bunnings of Japan, or for the Americans, the Home Depot. So if you're into not ruining the planet with endless consumption, maybe don't buy one of these. These are awful to clean. And the fry pan sticky ones were a little bit better, I'm gonna be real. You'll also note that Oats is having a bit of a rough time turning all of these over because they're getting stuck on the grate. Yeah, that's why it's a butthole to clean. Well, there you go, stick him back on, I suppose. But this is all in the name of finding the best options for you when making your barbecue chicken. So unless you can afford to have an entire coal pit like in a izakaya, your fry pan is fine, guys. And that's literally it. Just keep flipping them over until they're done. Be careful of burning your fingers though. Now I think it's time to plate up. Alrighty, grab your favorite plate and then stack them all sky high. And by stacking sky high, I mean having 3 on a plate, along with finally just a pinch of salt. And once you're ready, give everybody a nice sprinkle of shichimi if you like a little bit of spice in your life. And now then, of course you can't forget our boys from earlier. Patiently waiting and ready for their close-up, here we are. Now that we've gotten that thumbnail material, ladies, we are ready to tell you the drink of the day, which is an adorably sized Sapporo Black Label beer. Because if you're gonna get drunk, it might as well be cute. Now I think it's time for a taste test. Now then, coming back to my point from earlier, these were okay. The fry pan ones were just much better. So if there was in fact a moral to this cooking video, I suppose it would be sticky sauce wins. Every time, all the time. Now if you are going to do this by yourself, I would recommend maybe chopping up one more leek. Now if you do want to adventure outside your comfort zone, definitely have a go at liver. Interesting texture for sure, and they're going to be dirt cheap because nobody buys them. Anyway, like and subscribe for more. Leave us a comment down below if you have a go. And we'll see you next time. Bye! Can't forget that one.